Hi everyone and welcome back to Grade 12 Math with Mr. Simons, where we make math simple and we get you exam ready. Right, today's lesson we're focusing on past exam paper February 2014, where drawing was given but no equation, right? So the key important thing, the other things are normal things we normally test, but yeah, do you know how to find the equation if you've given 3x intercepts? So let's look at the problem. And this was question 11. Graph of f of x equal minus x cubed plus ax squared plus bx plus c is sketched below. The x-intercepts are indicated. So we have 1, 2, and 4 as my x-intercepts. And I have a and b at the turning points. Calculate the values of a, b, and c. So we want a, b, and c there. Alright, given 3 x-intercepts, they've given us there negative 1 in front of x cubed. Then they want the x-coordinates of a and b. So we want the turning points. So there we're going to use first derivative of that equation. And then for which values of x will f prime x be less than 0? So when is the first derivative less than 0? So now we're testing some inequalities. Right, so again, pause the question, attempt to answer as many as possible, highlight your errors, work through your errors till you don't make them no more. That's how we master maths. Those of us that do maths over and over, we master it that way. Right, so 11.1, calculate the value of a, b, and c. So we have f of x given as minus x cubed plus ax squared plus bx plus c. Whenever they give me 3 x-intercepts, 1, 2, and 4, I need to know I'm going to use the equation f of x equal a, x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3. Right, the a value is always in front of x cubed, so there I have minus 1 for a. So positive 1 goes in as negative 1, positive 2 goes in as negative 2, positive 4 goes in as negative 4. Right, negative 1 times x, negative 1 times negative 1 plus 1. If I multiply that two brackets, x times x, x squared, minus 2x, and minus 4x. Minus 4x minus 2x gives me minus 6x. Negative 2 times negative 4 gives me positive 8. Then negative x times x squared gives me negative x cubed. Negative x times negative 6x gives me positive 6x. Negative x times 8 gives me negative 8x. 1 times x squared simply stays x squared. 1 times negative 6 gives me negative 6x. 1 times 8 gives me 8. So that becomes 6x squared plus x squared, 7x squared, minus 8 minus 6 gives me minus 14x, and positive 8 and negative x cubed stays the same. So 1 mark for correct substitution, 1 mark for the correct A, for the correct B, and 1 for the correct C. So that's your 4 marks. Alright. So take note, even if you can't get to those values, we've given you what A, B, and C is generally. Right? So don't go lose marks. Right, now they say calculate the x-coordinate of A and B, the turning points of F, for 4 marks or 5 marks. So for turning point, we work with first derivative. Ne? So first derivative there, 3 times negative 1, negative 3x, 3 minus 1 squared. 2 times 7 gives me 14. 2 minus 1 gives me x to the power 1. 1 times negative 14 gives me negative 14. Right? And there the constant falls away. Right? If I take them all over, that becomes 3x squared minus 14x plus 14 equals 0. So 1 mark for the first derivative and a second mark for equating it equal to 0. There, if we factorize, b is minus 14, so don't get caught out. Ne? That is negative 14. Therefore, I put b in the brackets. Don't go right as minus 14 and lose the mark. B squared is negative 14 squared. A is 3 and C is 14. A at the bottom being 3, and if we simplify, I have x equal 1,45 or x equal 3,22. So 1 mark for x, one x value, and another mark for the other x value. You forget the or, sometimes we give you 0 when we're marking that. So they're all very important. Eh? And you get to university, you'll understand about OR gates, AND gates, XOR, XAND, etc. Right now, 11.3, for which values of x will f prime x be less than 0? Right, for 3 marks. So in the graph, x less than 1,45 or x greater than 3,22. Right, so those are my critical values and my notation. So it will be on either side of that two values, the x-intercept. So on the left of A, the graph goes down, so therefore the first derivative less than 0, and on the other side of C, the first derivative there would then be greater than 0, the problem. Alright, so hope you enjoyed the lesson. God bless. Is there anything that's not clear? Feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to attend to it as soon as possible. God bless. Bye.